hi, this is different. And I'm not exactly used to it. Oh god, it is stalling. This is my first take. And every time it gets to like that point, I've commented like, is it gonna stall? So we'll see. So a few updates. One, I've been meaning to make this video for a few weeks now, but my roommate had COVID, and you know, even among like my generation, being like, hey, I'm gonna be filming a YouTube video, like that just feels weird. So I just didn't do it. Two, I missed last week partially because of that, but this isn't exactly going to be a weekly series anyway. I just had some footage pre-recorded for Christmas, and yeah, just shoved that out there. Oh boy. You know what? You can just sit there. One of the future videos, I am going to clean that thing, don't worry. And the other one that I have. That Sioux Line one. The Burlington Northern one from the other video, that belongs to my dad, so that's his problem. That's not what I'm here to talk about. It is what I'm here to talk about, but I'm here to talk about this too. This is a Sprog II. It is a DCC to computer interface. Some of you might have heard of it. I'm not going to get into the details too much about how it works. I'll have a couple videos for that listed in the description, the ones that I used at least. That'll detail like how you set this up and how you get a train to run with it and whatnot. I just have a few comments about it that I'd like to bring up because they're things that I struggled with, so you might be struggling with them too. The first thing is, what is the first thing? Oh yeah, power output. So the Sprog II only has like a 1 amp output, which is like just enough to get stuff programming. When I was speed matching those two blue box units, they consistently like overdrew from this and would cut out. So that's not great. For frame of reference, the Prodigy Express that I have back there, that can put out a little over 1.5 amps. There's also the Sprog III, which is this, but it puts out 2.5 amps. And you know, for like larger club layouts, they have 10, 15, 20 amp systems. So very, very much the low end of what you can get. The other problem I have is the cables are fairly short. That's part of the reason I'm not using it to run the train right now. Or I would be if I wanted to run the train and not like break it. And the other reason, of course, is just that, you know, having the physical throttle feels nicer. I guess that's just an intrinsic human behavior thing. Turning the big old knob feels a lot better than just like, you know, pressing their touchscreen on your phone. So I'll probably still use the Prodigy Express just for running trains because it's easier to set up, easier to get going, feels nicer, blah blah blah. But as far as programming go, this thing knocks the pants off of every other DCC system. This and JMRI, which I think I mentioned is the program you use with this. Because instead of, you know, you change CV value to 6 to do blah blah blah, and then you change this CV value to change this other CV value, so it does this other thing. All this horrible nonsense. It's just sliders, and or if it is values, you know, it's stuff that you understand. It's like, for speed matching, it's not just an arbitrary number, it's the voltage going through the train, although that depends on the decoder, of course, because sometimes they are arbitrary values. But even then, like, physically, you know, seeing, oh, the slider is, you know, here, and the slider on this one is here, they need to be like here to run at the same speed or whatever, is a lot easier than I'm at 8 right now, the other one is at 52. What? So yeah, there's that. Couple operational challenges I ran into with Sprog. The auto detect for the decoders does not work that great. Like, I could just be very unlucky, but also like I'm 0 for 2 as far as what the auto detect can actually detect properly. Which, you know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Is that how it goes? I don't even know. my point is, do some scrutiny when you're first programming these, because if you get the wrong decoder, then CV values don't do the right things and it sends garbage signals to the locomotives, excuse me, which can brick them, and then you have to start by programming them all over again. Ask me how I know. So yeah, this one here, the decoder was not in the decoder library. I tried to add it to the decoder library and could not figure out how to do it, which is mostly a me thing, honestly. Like, I know I'm just not doing something right, but what that is, and then the other one, the Sioux Line unit and that Burlington Northern unit, they've got the same decoder and naturally the same problem, which is most of that MRC does not really follow NMRA standards. Like, just in general, MRC decoders are kind of a pain to deal with. So, yeah, that's a thing. What was the other problem? Oh yeah, programming mode and command station mode are not the same thing, which I spent way too long trying to figure out when my throttle on my phone kept telling me, no, you can't consist locomotives, that's not allowed. And it's like, well, why is that not allowed? And then I found out that, oh yeah, I gotta switch to command station mode because I've been in programming mode. How do I do that? And the answer is through some weird rigmarole. So the easiest way I found is to just not have this plugged into your computer when you start JMRI. That will bring up the preferences menu. From there, you can select command station mode. I just realized I might not be getting the names right, but you get the idea. And maybe I'll record a segment just showing how I do that. Select command station mode, then you plug it in, because it needs to know which USB port it's plugged into. Plug it in, it will show up in the drop-down menu. If it doesn't, just click the drop-down arrow again. That should refresh it, and then it'll show up. And then you can select it, hit OK, program will start, and then you'll be running command station mode and can actually run multiple locomotives together, if you so desire. Which I suppose you would, because that is the only way to speed match locomotives with JMRI, is, to be in command station mode. Because you get the idea. And I think that's it, for this week at least. I've got a few other projects I'm working on, some kit bashing stuff. Like I said, cleaning stuff is going to be a video, as is replacing couplers, because I've got stupid Accumates and not Katie's on some cars. And also I move around a lot, and despite some of my best efforts, some of the couplers have been smashed and don't really work anymore. So that might be a video. God knows I'll find other stuff to film. There's so much you can do with this hobby. I'm not going to run out of material. It's just not going to be every week. Regular train videos will still be a thing. I'll probably enter transit YouTube at some point, because I've got ideas on how to make the Twin Cities better. But that's a video for another day. Like, subscribe. Can't believe I'm saying that. I got Twitter. I post stuff that doesn't make it on here sometimes because it's just like photos. And no one likes to see just a still photo in the middle of a YouTube video. So I got some little extra tidbits there. I've got coffee if you feel like throwing money at me for some reason. If you don't, I don't blame you. And I will see you hopefully next week. I've got some stuff I can get out by next week, I think. Yeah.